Hello and welcome to the fifth episode of the podcast. With us today is Lucas and Tristan, as always.
Hi.
Hello.
And today we
Hi.
were talking
Sorry,
about
immaculate.
and today we'll be talking about a passenger aircraft crash landing in the Victoria Sea. Lake, sorry, not sea. It's a lake, not a sea. Also about Adriana Chechik, I think. Is it pronounced right that way, Lucas? Tristan?
You just said it the same way twice, so
Chechik?
yes, it was correct.
Chechik,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Nice. Also, new things discovered, a black hole near Earth, very near, 1,600 light years, but
Damn.
we'll be talking about that later. And also, many Russians are coming to Germany, apparently.
Yeah, because they don't want to fight in the Ukrainian war.
Understandable.
Understandably, yeah. Okay, so
But first we have to address something else. Episode 4 didn't have enough views. Like 6 views in a day, that's not enough. We need more. Where is the fan base? We need everybody to click to watch our latest episode, the 4th one, then this one.
I think it's the thumbnail.
no, it's not the
And
thumbnail.
because we didn't talk about chess
The
drama.
thumbnail is epic, for real.
With the jelly cam.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
first topic, what do you want to talk about first?
Would you want to start with Russians coming to Germany? Tristan?
Yeah, sure. So, so a lot of Russians are worried that they have to be fighting against Ukraine. So they're fleeing into Germany. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of
Like,
Russians also have Ukrainian roots and they don't want to be fighting against them. But they can't really explain that to their government because they will be imprisoned and killed.
like escaping the drafting in like the military.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Is it known how many people are fleeing?
No, but that's a good question. I hope it's a
So you
lot.
didn't research it?
No.
Last moment.
Lost knowledge. Yeah.
Shots fired. Well, now that Tristan is talking about the topic, we can decrease his pay cut.
I'm
So I get more.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
Yeah, I
Is it
think,
all
oh,
about?
I found a number. 500,000 Russians have left their home country, and
Oh,
it's a
really?
strong trend that many more will follow.
Yep.
They're
Also,
all coming to Germany, or
no, they're
just
not.
a fraction?
The fraction is coming to Germany. They are spreading all over the countries. I don't think there's a specific country that gets a lot of Russians. I think they're pretty evenly distributed. Also, the people
Good to
who are
know.
staying in Russia get a lot of money for staying with the military. Yeah.
Is it really a lot, or are they just acting like it's a lot?
There's no specific number. I just read that it's a lot. So, I don't know.
Okay. I've heard like the Russian government pays out bounties, like I think it's 80,000 rubles for hacking against pro-Ukraine countries. And
Hacking?
hacking, yeah, like
Okay,
hacking
interesting.
websites or infrastructures from the countries that are pro-Ukraine. And I think 80,000, if I'm correct, is like 4,000 euros. So it's It's not
Okay.
a lot.
Mm.
$4,000, whatever. And I don't know if you're ready to do like all the work for $4,000. I mean, it's like normally an organization would do that, and apparently, I don't know if you can pay an organization and hacking or agency for like $4,000. It
Mm.
doesn't seem like it's quite enough to pay all the people because it's
Oh,
like, hmm?
um, um, every person from Moscow that is drafted into the military gets an additional 50,000 rubles. That's 830 euros.
Wow.
But this
Okay,
is
then
extra to the normal pay. Also, if they are wounded, they get 1,000,000 rubles.
okay,
And if a family member dies, the family gets 3,000,000 rubles. So almost 50,000 euros.
okay, guys, it's like $1,300, 80,000 rubles.
Yeah, but they're just motivating them to get injured. So I don't think that's a
Uh,
good way to pay your military.
I I feel like the family would rather have the person than the 50 grand.
Yeah, but also if you get like lightly injured, then you will try to claim the money. I don't think it's a good way to motivate the military to give them money when they are injured,
When they are
because
shot.
yeah,
Well, no, I don't think it's a way to motivate them. I think it's just compensation so that they know then if they get injured, they still have something afterwards
yeah,
because they
true,
can't do any work. And to
true.
be fair, I don't think that 50 grand for death is very much. And how much? 1,000,000 rubles if you're injured, which is like 16 grand.
Yeah,
That's really not much for like losing an arm.
yeah, of course,
No.
of course. Yeah, it's interesting. It seems like
I mean,
that.
maybe you can get a new nickname like One Armed Joe or something like that if your name is Joe, but and you'll have 16 grand to spend it on a little car, like maybe a nice lotto.
Hmm.
But that's it. Like
Yeah,
you've burned through it after like 2 years.
but it's interesting
I mean, I don't
that
know prices there, but
Russia doesn't have that many people who actually want to fight, because I always thought Russia was very patriotic and almost everyone would want to fight for Russia in Russia. But apparently that's not the case, and it's good that way.
well, I think they would if the enemy weren't Ukraine
True.
and if they had a proper reason. Because I think if there's some time people are starting to notice that
But there's
what
not
is
really a reason
happening
behind it.
might not be morally correct.
True. So, very interesting. Let's get to the next topic. Alex,
Personal
Alex, you wanted to talk about a black hole that's near
Yep.
Earth? Interesting.
guess
Well,
Brazil.
it was discovered a few days ago. No,
Damn.
not yeah, yeah. It was discovered a few days ago. It's like 1,600 light years away, and that's like a small distance. Um, do you know the biggest black hole in like our galaxy or in the Milky Way?
No,
Sagittarius A star. Have you ever heard about that?
no.
It's like really big, and that's if I'm not mistaken, it's like 400,000 light years away.
Damn, so,
So it's like a small distance, 1,600 light years. So
okay.
like in comparison, but also you have to think about it. It's like traveling at the speed of light for 1,600 years. So that's the distance.
Yeah,
That's like an absurd amount. So I'm always fascinated by how vast the universe is. Yep.
true.
And also like the black hole that was discovered doesn't have a name, but it's 10 times more massive than the sun.
10
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
So if we
that
knew how
that
massive
isn't
the
really
sun
that
were,
much.
we'd know how big the black
Sorry,
hole.
Lucas. What did
So
you
if we
say?
knew how big the sun were,
Yep.
we could calculate how big the black hole is.
If you like, do you know the formula for the Schwarzschild radius? Have you heard about that?
I have
It's
no
like
idea.
it's like the distance like it's like the size object has to shrink to become a black hole. So everything that has a mass and like volumina,
Could theoretically
um,
become a black hole.
yep, if it's small enough. And when this object passes this horizon, like I think we call it the event horizon, then it becomes a black hole. So, yep, like if the sun shrinks down to, I don't know, let's say an arbitrary number like 10,000 kilometers, it becomes a black hole. And
Oh,
yep. So also, for a black hole to occur, a star with a mass of the sun times three, as a three times of the sun, then it would become a black hole.
Yeah, our sun's
So
pretty small compared to other suns
it
in the
is, it
universe.
is. So black holes only really appear if the star that it resulted from is like really big.
Okay, and small stars just become like supernovas.
Uh, Mostly they become like red dwarfs or brown dwarfs,
So they
and
cool off after a
yep,
certain amount of
yes,
time.
yep.
Interesting, okay.
They just shrink, they blow away their atmosphere and a big amount of their mass, and they just like yeah, like glow a little bit, and but it's not like the sun it was before. Like it's not that energetic.
Okay.
um, yeah, I'm used to talk about astronomy in German and not in English, as you can see.
It's not that bad. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so
it's
do
alright.
you want to continue about Adriana Chechik?
Yeah, I
I
think
have something to add about the black hole.
Yep.
Actually, the article you've sent, it actually says what the name of the black hole is. It's Gaia PH1,
okay. That's
and it is located in the constellation OPUQS. Okay.
Of the cures, the German name is separate. Was is serpent carrier? Serpent carrier. Wow.
Yep.
Okay. So Jaya BH1 is the name. Oh, yeah. Okay,
I think
sorry.
it's
It's like
Gaia.
it's like at the bottom of the article.
Okay, good to know. Let's get to the most important topic of the day. Adriana Chechik
it's
injured
pretty sad what
herself at
happened to her.
TwitchCon 22. Thank you for interrupting me.
You're welcome.
But she broke her back while jumping into a foam pit, which was more like a few foam cubes just lying on the floor than a real pit.
Don't spoiler the ending. We can
I
like
just said that the pit was whack. That's not a spoiler.
yeah,
It's just a
so
fact.
there was a big Twitch event, TwitchCon, and they had a big foam pit. But instead of a foam
Okay.
pit, they had like 3 foam blocks like slapped on top of each other. And below the foam bricks, they had concrete. So
Oh,
when the streamer, Adriana Chechik, jumped into the foam pit expecting it to cushion her fall, of course, she actually broke her back in several places and had to get
2 places.
2 places, yeah, and had to get
Yeah.
bone fusions in her spine in order to like get the spine back together. So that's
Yeah.
pretty sad.
In order to live.
I hope she sues like TwitchCon or the company responsible for the booth.
Yep.
I'm not sure you can sue TwitchCon, but I think you can sue Twitch. Yeah.
But I've heard that Twitch is not actually responsible for
Oh,
this particular, because there were like companies who had different kind of events, and the company was actually hosting the event.
oh, Lenovo, because it was the like part of Lenovo's
Yeah,
area.
yeah, I think
Was it
she
them?
could sue Lenovo.
Oh,
Also, a lot of people are saying like on Twitter that she signed a waiver, so she can't sue the company, but a waiver doesn't protect from negligence. So she could
that's true.
like sue the company, which would be the right thing to do, I think, because like the foam pit was very dangerous. And there was also an injury before her, and they didn't close down or like get mats or something below the foam pit. They just continued anyway.
So more about her health. She when she hurt herself, she not only injured her spine, um, the broken bones also damaged her bladder. So she also has nerval damage, which she has to fix with like rehabilitation. She might be able to pee normally again, which is also crazy. And
Yeah, it's a
the
sad story.
craziest part, all of this, um, Tristan, can I say it now?
Of course.
Okay. Before that 5.5 hours long procedure that was done on her to save her, well, to fix her back, they found out that she was pregnant, and she didn't even know. And sadly, they had to terminate the pregnancy
Yeah, it's
because
overall
of her
just a sad
injuries.
story, and I hope she recovers.
So because of the injury, she had to like terminate the pregnancy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's such a sad story,
Wow.
because it's not even remotely her fault. If you jump
Yeah.
into a foam pit, you expect it like to at least cushion your fall a little bit, but you don't expect to land on pure concrete that shatters your spine.
I mean, I think it did shatter the fall a little bit, but I don't think nearly enough. Like it
Yeah,
was, I mean, it looked kind of good, but it wasn't very deep. 3 layers of like those foam cubes is, if you're honest, with next to nothing. Because when you're at
yeah,
like in like a trampoline hall where they have something like that, they have like
yeah, like
8 layers.
yeah, at least, and then a big mat on the bottom so you don't injure yourself. But there was just cold hard concrete, and not even like a little bit of cushioning.
I
So
think there was not enough budget for enough foam cubes or a deep enough pit.
I think Lenovo has enough budget to get a few more foam blocks.
Yeah, maybe they haven't sold enough laptops, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you have to like dig it up and then you have to fill it up.
Well, the only
Like
thing they had to do was like put mats on the bottom.
really
They
the only thing? I think it has to be deeper, doesn't it?
If you put a big mat on the bottom, I don't think much would have happened. But it's
Okay.
just so unnecessary and negligent of them to just put like 1 or 2 layers of foam blocks and then call it a day.
Yeah. So it wasn't even tested.
No. And also there were injuries before her, and they didn't look at it or close it down or do anything. you know? So yeah, it's sad. I
It
hope
is.
she gets a lot of money from Lenovo, so they can at least, cover the medical expenses. Because in the USA, that's also a lot, I think.
Yeah, she gets like 20.5 inch display. for a new laptop. I'm just kidding. uh,
God damn it,
but
Alex.
You're
I
going
just
to pay
watched the
her
video and
laptops and computer hardware.
You get a 4090 for free.
Ooh, I would take
But
that.
I don't think it's going to be much use because it's just going to burn. They have like problems, right,
Yeah,
with the connectors.
yeah. That's a
that
big
they melt.
scandal right now. You should not buy 4090s right now. You should not buy it. Maybe that
Yeah.
could be our next topic.
And if you have one, be safe and send them to us. We will
Look at them and fix them.
get rid of
Of
them.
course.
We'll get rid of them for you.
No, the problem that these graphics cards have is that the connector actually gets so hot that it melts the plastic, and it's like a huge fire hazard. And the instances of being completely like burned off, and it's not even the fault of the user. It just gets so hot. The graphics card connector.
Does it happen with normal usage too, or just when you like really push the graphics card?
I think it happens with normal usage. I think it's just a manufacturing issue, or just that the connector gets too hot. I don't know how it happens, but yeah.
Do you reckon it's easy to fix, or is it something that's wrong with the whole design?
I don't know. Maybe they have to like cool it more.
But
Yeah.
like, how can it slide the production, the quality management then? Like, wasn't it tested?
Yeah, that's what confuses me too.
I can't like imagine that the company doesn't do some long-term testing on the graphics card, which is like active for, I don't know, 6 hours a day if you're on your PC much. Yeah. Anyway, I would buy an RX 7900. I think it's called. I think it's that.
You actually
XTX?
want to buy a new one?
Nah, just kidding.
Why?
But the
You're not
graphics
buying
card
a new one?
from AMD are not far away from Nvidia, and they're much cheaper
Yeah,
in terms of performance.
yeah. I mean, now that the 4090 is out, Nvidia has like a little bit of a lead, but I wouldn't buy the 4090 right now, even if I had the money, just because it's a huge fire hazard, and it just
What's nice
breaks.
is that you can actually buy graphics cards right now.
Yeah, so graphic card prices were just kind of connected to crypto prices, because obviously you mine crypto with graphics cards. So a lot of crypto miners did the math and figured out how many Bitcoin you could like mine with one graphics cards, and figured out if that was profit or not. And because crypto prices were so high, they bought a lot of graphics cards to mine crypto, and so the price of the graphics cards just skyrocketed, and you couldn't really buy one unless you like bought it used.
For a rig or something like that.
It was like for 2 years, for 3 years, it was insane. But now prices are back down. You can get graphics cards now for MSRP. That's great for gamers and everyone else.
Yeah. But like, if you're mining, you're just buying 480s or something like that.
No,
Like,
no.
no,
There were huge mining rigs with everything.
really?
Yeah.
I've heard like the RX 480 from Nvidia is from AMD is like the most profitable in likes of ROI.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe, but
Because they are like cheap and have enough power. They have like 8 gigs of RAM.
yeah, maybe.
GDDR6. I don't know.
I
I've
don't
heard that.
I don't know.
So
I've actually just found out why the RTX connectors are melting. It's because they have a problem that when you bend it, when you like I think when you bend the cable or something like that, the connector isn't like the force that is applied is not distributed evenly and gets more hot in other places
Oh,
than
okay.
other ones,
Oh.
which is why part of it melts.
Damn. But
So
that's
you're not allowed
dangerous.
to bend the cable.
But if you have you built a computer before, Lucas?
No, I think you can bend the cable a little bit probably, but not where the connector is, as far or something like that. It just says do not bend the connector.
Well, if you build a computer, you pretty much have to bend the connector to get it into the
Ah,
slot. So yeah. But that's a pretty big oversight. They should have done long-term studies.
they
Long
apparently
term.
have had the problem for years though, because the 3090 had similar problems, but just not as severe.
I mean, it's like still about the 4090, but I think it's like ridiculous that a single graphics card uses like 450 watts. Like that's as much as my power supply can like send.
Yeah, graphics cards
Oh,
have become pretty insane over the last years. They also
Do,
need a lot of power now to function.
do you know those devices you just plug into your power socket and then you can like see how much power it drains?
No,
I,
sounds
I would
interesting.
be pretty interested how much 4090 like costs you if you use it for one day, something like that, on like full load.
We could calculate that, right?
Yeah, sure enough.
450 watts?
Yeah,
Yeah.
while you're doing the math, we're I think we're closing the topic for the day. Or do you have something to mention for the viewers?
I mean, I'm done.
Same.
Yeah, we've
Okay.
covered pretty much everything.
So that's for today. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
As always, see you in the next one.
And
Bye.
don't forget listening to our last episode, episode 4.
Yeah,
True.
we need a cloud.
More views.
Okay. Thank you everyone.
Ciao. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.